Formal action this evening, staff would like to present the following information for your consideration. 175th Street, east of I-35, is currently in the ordinance as a truck route. This road is a connection between US 169 and I-35 and serves traffic from US 169 and other roads in the area. There are numerous properties for sale along this route and an existing landscaping company all outside the city limits. If the very west end of 175th Street is no longer a truck route, commercial vehicles will no longer be able to exit I-35 and go east on 175th. And commercial traffic from the east will no longer be able to go westbound on 175th and exit on I-35. The second item is Old Highway 56. It's similar to 175th. There is a large potential for growth along this corridor. Areas north of the Coleman warehouse are outside the city limits. Trucks use Highway 56 to access both I-35 and US 56. If the south end of Old 56 is no longer a truck route, commercial traffic from the north will no longer be able to access US 56, I-35, or 175th Street. And the last item this evening is Gardner Road. I want to use the KC store at 183rd and Gardner as an example. Currently, commercial traffic that goes to the KC store is required to use either US 56 or Gardner Road to get to that site. Per the current ordinance, trucks can use any city street to make deliveries or pickups or to engage in construction activities within the city as long as they travel by the most direct route to and from truck routes. If Gardner Road is no longer defined as a truck route, commercial vehicles may continue to use those same routes, or they could use alternate routes. An example would be 56 to Moonlight, Moonlight to Grand, or Moonlight to 183rd. This would help them avoid the signals and the traffic in the downtown area. Additional truck traffic on local roads and possibly closer to the school campus may be a safety concern and may provide additional road maintenance issues. So again, this evening, we're asking you to adopt Ordinance 2443 by either amending it to take out B through E, which would be what the consensus was, or to keep or remove individual items. And that's all I have.
Okay. And this isn't really a question, but I'm wondering if this is something that might have been left off the presentation. You didn't mention anything about E.
Okay.
Which is Moonlight Road, north of Main Street or
Right.
US 56.
I really didn't have any additional information on that other than that's designed for trucks. There's access to the Olathe through that area, and so that's one we kept on there. But again, you're welcome to eliminate that one or keep it.
Okay. All right. At this time, I'd like to open the floor to public comments. I wouldn't go too far, Brian, but we'll see. If there's a member of the public that would like to be heard on new business item number 2, I ask them to come forward, state your name and address for the record, and be heard.
All right. Rob Lockey, 20549 Cedar Niles Road. I own the Shell Station, Gardner Road and I-35. My concern is, I guess, trucks not being able to get to my site. We built the site roughly 10, 11 years ago with the truck route in mind. We put in diesel pumps, built our parking lot to handle the big truck traffic, spent a lot of money for that reason. Without the trucks and their business, daily business, it'd be very hard to stay in business. We rely on highway traffic, and right now we rely on a lot of truck traffic. It's one of our biggest, I guess, income is our lunch crowd breakfast, and such. I think if the trucks can no longer come to my store, it'd be very tough on my business.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Steve DeVore, I'm President of the Gardner Area Chamber of Commerce, 109 East Main Street, Gardner, Kansas. Well, good evening. I want to make a couple of brief comments this evening on behalf of our organization. I want to talk about two specific issues regarding the proposed truck route designation. Your decision this evening will have an enormous impact on the business environment within Gardner. I appreciate, respect, and applaud city staff's recommendation to include additional roads besides 56 Highway with this designation. City staff's primary concern lies with infrastructure and road damage. Our primary concern lies with the economic impact it's going to have on our local businesses and the perception, once again, of Gardner not being business-friendly. First, by passing this ordinance as proposed, you are saying that Gardner chooses to discourage any truck traffic from stopping at any local business. Gas stations, restaurants, convenience stores, auto part dealers, hardware stores, pharmacies, grocery stores, even Walmart. Truck traffic is not defined as only large semi-trucks, but any commercial vehicle that is not intended to carry passengers. Think about that for a minute. We're talking about postal trucks, UPS, FedEx, small box trucks making local deliveries, any vehicle that is providing goods or services to our existing businesses. How would you feel if you owned any of the above-mentioned businesses and suddenly all of those customers, all those existing customers you had, were prohibited from entering your place of business and purchasing your products or services? How would you feel? How would you feel if you relied on these customers every day to keep your business profitable? Have you ever driven around town during a lunch hour? Who do you see spending money getting something to eat every single day? Gardner loses a tremendous volume of local residents during work hours as they commute to other locations during the work week. Truck drivers replace this lost opportunity to keep businesses going in our town. Second, Gardner tried to announce last year that we were back open for business. Gardner wants new businesses. Many of you sitting in front of me tonight have publicly stated that you want to see more businesses in this town. You want to diversify our tax base. You want to create jobs. You have even said that your constituents want more business choices in Gardner. We need more businesses to locate in Gardner. Now, if you pass this new truck route designation as proposed, you are not sending the message that Gardner is open for business. You are sending the message that we don't want trucks in our town. We don't care about the absolute necessity of their service, nor care about our existing businesses, let alone any new businesses. This proposed new truck route is a slap in the face to any future development opportunity that even thinks about locating in Gardner to support intermodal activity. Please do not let unintended consequences create a significant impact on the prosperity of our local business environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
How you doing? My name's Tim Henry, 460 West Skylark Street. Kind of concerned about the whole truck route thing. When our business is centered in the middle of town and I have to go down 175th or whatever direction that's currently open that could be considered a non-truck route anymore, that's really all I want to say, but I want somebody to take into consideration that it affects more than just the incoming trucks. If we're saying the most direct route and it's 175th all the way to Ridgeview Road or something like that, I mean any direction, if that's the way I go or if that's the way I come back, I mean what's the secondary route when you're trying to come back home and you get pulled over or something? You know, I think we